situation. The first area that we want to go into, because nothing is going to be successful if you're not in the right stance. So we will go into the proper stance, how to hold your hands, where to position your feet, and what to do with your whole body when you're moving or when you're stationary. Working with me today will be my son Dean. Morning, Dean. And the two of us will show you exactly how to get into the proper stance. To begin with, you want to take a position of knees bent and the right toe on a parallel with the left heel, with the weight slightly forward, the chin down, and hands up, so that the thumb of the left hand can always touch the left shoulder. The right thumb can touch your right chin. That way, your hands are high enough and you don't have to hold them up. One important point here is the fact that if I go around all day long having to hold my hands up like this, it's very tiring through 10 rounds. But by just dropping my hands to this position, I now am in a safe position. My left thumb is off my left shoulder. My right thumb is off of my chin, and I'm not having to hold my hands up all the time, and yet I'm covering myself. Elbows in, chin down, about 5 degrees forward, and the head always equidistant between the two legs, and the most important point of all, with the knees flexed. All right, you can relax now, Dean. I want to stress how important the position of the knees and the flex is. This is what is called the hitting position. It doesn't make any difference what sport you're involved in. If you're trying to be a shortstop in baseball, if you're trying to receive a serve in volleyball, if you're trying to be a quarterback, it doesn't make any difference. This is the position with the knees flexed, where you have drive, where you have power. Same thing in boxing. You must be in this position, knees flexed, slightly forward, head equidistant, hands up, chin down. Now you're ready to go. Now once you get into this position, you are now ready to effectively move front, back, side, any way that you want to go if you're in this position. But you have to be balanced. Have to be balanced. No bouncing up and down, but the knees flexed. All right? Now we'll go to stepping in and stepping out, which is the keystone of what I consider to be the most important points in boxing as far as effectively learning how to punch. You must be able to go in, you must be able to go out, and you must be able to do it smoothly. I call it step and glide. And Dean, if you'll come in here, we'll show you what the step and glide is. He will step forward, pushing off his back foot, and then step back. That's all. The right foot comes to where the left foot was. This is all. You can do it with your hands down. The important thing is to keep balance, to have your right toe slightly forward, and to step 6 to 12 inches, whatever distance is needed to effectively close with your opponent. Okay, step back in, Dean. Now, there's several things that you don't want to do here, and I want to cover those right now. One is, when you step, you don't want this back foot to come off of the floor. That's what you don't want to do. You must step smoothly in and out. Let's show it the right way. That's it. Do not raise your back foot off the floor. The other thing is, you must have the right heel slightly off of the floor so that you can push off of the toe. This is extremely important in developing power. Then when you step, you're pushing off the back toe, stepping in and stepping out. Also, you don't want to make a false move with the front foot. This must be a smooth, sliding, gliding step. See that? Very good. That's it. Smooth, effective movement will give you the chance to transfer weight, which is the key to the whole thing in effective punching. What you have to do in boxing is this. You must transfer the weight from the back foot to the front foot. This is true in so many sports. Golf, throwing a football, as they say, getting over the top, making the throw in baseball. All of this is weight transfer. But in boxing, it's paramount that you do this because the hands and arms are only delivery mechanisms. That's all they are. It's not important how much strength you have other than having, of course, the normal strength to move your arms. But everything that you develop as far as punching power starts in the toe, comes up through the calf, up through the back of the leg, the hips, the back, the shoulders. That's it. The arms only deliver. The rest of the body is what propels and gives you power. Step back in here, will you please, Dean? So what you must do is you must be able to transfer this weight. So I have a little drill that I give people to do, and I'll show that to you right now, how to get this delivery mechanism working. You can do it in a 3-step count by starting with the right foot, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and I'm ready to punch. 1, 2, 3, ready to punch. Dean, come on back in here. So if we were doing this with the jab, turn around. I'll show you how this works. Start with the right foot. 1, 2, 3, punch, because the weight then is on the back foot, and he's transferring the weight to the front. Now, once you develop this, you don't have to count to yourself. It's not necessary because it will come automatically for you. But in the beginning, it's extremely important that you get this feel of weight transfer from back to front, back to front, back to front, back to front. I can't emphasize how much you should practice just that one simple maneuver so that everything is happening from back to front and coming out in the hand. Dean, let's see it. You can just bam. That's it. 1, 2, 3, bam. 1, 2, 3, bam. That's a good example of getting the weight transferred from the back foot to the front foot. And once you learn to do that, and it's the same thing, Dean, step back in, please. Same thing, not just with the jab, but with the right hand or any punch that you throw, you must get this feeling of weight transfer. Extremely important.